Welcome back to the 75-gallon mixed reef rimless aquarium. And we're just going to zoom out. No water change this weekend, but finally did some testing of the parameters, and the pumps have been cleaned of the bubble algae. Although there is still some bubble algae all the way back there in certain spots, but it's not nearly as bad on that rock like the previous one. And those are taken off. The grape coral. Also heard that sometimes the grape coral is also known as your short tentacle torch. I don't know if that's another name for it, but there's also the grape coral is right next to the green flower pot. Then we have the Duncan, another Duncan, and then we have the ORA green bubble coral. And then we have Hammer Alley, where we start off with the purple hammer right there, and then green, purple tip, and then the yellow hammer, which I can zoom in on a little bit. So the front glass needs cleaning, and the pulsing Xania is doing well. It did jump the rock, which is not a problem right now. There is maybe the light that gets back there, but I will make sure that gets cut so it doesn't spread. And then let's go around the front of the tank. On the front left hand side, so I did remove the GSP that was on the left hand side. That variety is no longer in the tank, and that leaves room for a slight AquaScape and the torches. The purple one, let's start with that one. The purple one in the back. Well, the orange plate coral to the left is doing good. The non-photosynthetic coral in the back, what is sun coral. It's slowly receding, dying, basically. So I did put it back there so that I can easily move it forward and isolate it by placing a plastic cup over it so that I can spot feed it food. So we're going to try and work on bringing that back to life.
Do or do not. There is no try.
And the purple tip torch, I think it's just a torch coral, and it was 3 heads. I think it's down to 2 heads because it wasn't getting enough light. Let's see if we can. Yeah, it's 2 heads. It was 3. Actually, it was 4 or 5 heads. But the other 2 heads, one of them has died. And the other one, yeah. So 2 heads on it had died because those were the 2 heads that were placing, that were pointing towards the sand bed, and they weren't receiving light. So gotta work on that and put that in a better spot. And then the green torch was doing well in the spot that it was in, but unfortunately, that part of the Fiji rock became brittle and broke off, And so I don't know if you can see that all the way back there, but that's basically what happened. So I have placed the Duncan in the spot, which opens up some room. So still figuring out coral placement on this side. The bubble coral, this is a wild caught one. It's still kind of angry. It's not fully opened, but when it does fully open, it has plenty of space to itself. So I think that will work in that spot, and maybe putting some mushrooms or zoas surrounding it. But no GSP. The red flower pot is enjoying that spot. The green trumpet, another Duncan. I'm still figuring that out. I just kind of glued it to that area. I may add some more Duncans around it. We have green SPS, leather coral, green in the back, green finger letter. So there's a lot of green right here in this area, and I still need to probably move the fluorescent green trumpet coral in the center to kind of break up some of the green. The Kenya tree, eventually, I did rescue it. It was on the rock GSP, and we did keep that. I did cut it, and so we'll get that glued in place. And it's not like the tank is lacking for frags of Kenya tree. So we have the Duncan, kind of purplish with green tentacles, and then we have another SPS. This particular one is from Live Aquarium. We have a Duncan. We have another SPS in the back. I think that is a orange Setosa that I basically rescued from the bubble algae. And then we have orange plate coral and orange bam-bams, which I'm hoping the orange bam-bams will jump onto this rock, and then I'll move that to a different spot, because there is some of that old version of the GSP that's on that frag. So I want to make sure that doesn't jump the rock. So as soon as the Zoa has at least one polyp or two on the rock, I'll move that, because I need to make sure that that GSP does not come back into the tank. So what else quickly on the update? Everything else is doing well. As far as parameters, I'll put all the details of that below. But basically, quick run-do. I'm still running 1 cup of carbon because I still have some bubble algae to go in and spot, pluck. There's some there. There's a couple pieces there, back there. There's a section there, and then on that rock. So just want to stay on top of it. I'm thinking about getting an emerald crab, but we'll see. They could be more pain than what they're really worth putting in the tank, but we'll see. But the highlight of this video is while cleaning out the tank, I found a coral that had completely bleached out. And I believe this is a flower pot. So looks like it's starting to come back a little bit, which is great. So that's the update. Thanks for watching. Welcome new subscribers, and stay tuned for more updates.